We are now recording. I'm also going to put my view on speaker view so that there's like a large, I should be on speaker view there. Hi, Bernice. Okay, I'm wondering why I'm not. If you would, you are, should show me. I don't know why that's not doing that. Talking to myself here. Try again. Speaker view. Wow. Okay, hold on for a minute here. Nope, that's not going to do it either. Pin. I'm going to pin myself. There we go. Oh, got it. Okay. So I just had to pin myself, but now this is for the video here. So sorry for that confusion. We'll get going. So let's just start in the standing position. Stand with our feet shoulder width apart. Right, and let's feel your connection into the ground. Right, just take a moment. Don't know what your day has been like today, but there's a lot of very difficult things going on in our world. So now is a good time for us to come back to our center and just be connected together and connected to our center. So feeling your feet rooting into the ground. Send those roots down deep into the ground by relaxing. That allows you to put the root down, soften your ankles, soften your knees, and then gently let your tailbone point towards the floor. Right, you have to tip your pelvis a little bit so that the tailbone points to the floor. The lower vertebra in the L vertebra in our lower back are flattening and opening up just a little bit. Then moving up, let's relax our shoulders, put a space under your arms. Tune in and feel the weight of your arms, the heaviness of your arms. And then moving up now, coming to the top of the head, feeling yourself lengthening up from the top of the head. Vertebrae in the neck are opening up. So now the spine is long and open. Feel your whole spine long and open, creating more space for everything to function. And it feels good. All right, let's turn our attention now to our breathing. First, notice where your breathing is. And you can sense your breathing in a lot of different places. And in some ways, our whole body can be involved in breathing. Right? That's a really cool thing to experience, that or have an intention that you're going to breathe with your whole body. And let's even do that now. So as we breathe in, feel our whole body expand. And exhale, let everything contract. Expand out. And then contract. And feel for a moment like you can breathe as you breathe in. Breathe through the soles of your feet, through your palms, through every pore on your skin. From the top of your head, imagine that you can breathe in all those places. The body becomes filled with fresh and light energy. And then exhaling out, releasing. And already, by breathing this way, it allows us to be focused, allows us to facilitate being present. But now let's turn our attention to our minds. Right, our minds can be very busy. We can have a lot of things on our minds, on our hearts. And I just invite you to release everything as we practice together tonight. And just be present. So if you become distracted, which everybody becomes distracted, just come back to the body, come back to your body, and allow yourself to be rooted and connected both to the ground and to the sky, to the whole thing, right? We as human beings, we're between what the ancients say, heaven and earth, totally connected. So let's allow ourselves to just feel that for a moment. All right, great. So we'll do some little qigong here. Let's do like some ringing of the temple gong, temple bell, as a massage. I'll just go at your own pace. And just relax into it. Let those, as your arms and your palms strike your body, relax underneath that striking so that the pulse or the tap goes deep inside, stimulating healing throughout your whole body. Moving around. Try to land though, and as your palms come to the back, try to land right in that middle of the back, lower back there. That's the gate of life. Touch into that point there. Good. Let's do some this here. Tap down. Tap up the inner leg, all around the abdomen, sternum, collarbone, all on the face, scalp. Feels so good on your neck and shoulders. And then I like to make fists and then tap my lower back, right where it connects, right to the pelvis area. That I get a whole lot of tension there. So I want to tap that good. And on the side, up the legs. Let's spend a little moment or two here on the abdomen. I like to use fingertips and just go all around your abdomen, kind of like just kind of probing in there a little bit. Right, there's so many organs in there. Got all the digestive stuff. You got the liver, you got the spleen, pancreas. Right, so want to connect with those organs, sending healing energy to them. All right, good. And then up the sternum again, collarbone, base, scalp. Okay, good. Well, let's take our palm, hold your neck, turn to one side, doesn't matter which side, turn, opposite the, actually you want to turn opposite the arm that's holding your neck, then turn forward, right? Put pressure, and what we're doing is creating some friction there so that you can get a nice neck massage. You can move down on your shoulders more, or you can come up the neck and go right up to the very base of the skull where we have those two bony protrusions there, and you can massage back and forth there. I think that feels really nice as well. Do a couple more of those. Switch your arms, look to the opposite side and come forward. All right, good. And we'll do some, we want to get our spines ready, helps facilitate the whole body being loose and free to do Tai Chi. So let's work on those things here. The first one will be supporting heaven or pushing up. Come into the picture here, exhale out. Breathe in, push up. Oh, head top up, drop your tailbone down, create a lot of space inside your torso. Feel the spine. Let's feel our spine getting longer by head top up, tailbone down. Spine is lengthened. And up. Okay. Now, this time when we come up, we're going to do something different. We're going to arch over towards one side, doesn't matter which side. Then come up, breathe in, exhale out. Pushing up, now let's arch to the other side. And exhale out. Breathe in, pushing up. Now gently turn like a twist towards the arm side. Breathe in, we got to breathe in again. And then exhale out. Now gently twist towards the yellow side. Oh, that feels good. And down. So we want to always, of course, stay in our comfort zone. All right, shake the legs a little bit. Now we'll do some side bending, just to keep with the kind of theme of we're practicing tonight with a focus. I mean, you can focus on anything, of course, that you want to, but I'm suggesting tonight that we might focus a little bit more on our spines. Right, so in this form, there's a lot of different stories you can tell about this side bending form based on its benefits. But if we're talking about the spine, basically what's happening is one side of the vertebra is opening, the other side is closing. And as that's happening, we're filling, those discs are getting refilled with the fluid that normally fills those discs, and that's helping to support our spine more completely. And just the movement, right? When all the connective tissue connecting the spine to the lower body, right? We're stretching. Feel that all that connective tissue stretching right down into your legs. You can feel it stretching. Right? It's really cool. It's fascia, it's tendons, it's all that stuff. Feel it lengthening and opening. Let the breathing, your breathing pattern just match whatever feels right for you. All right, good. So side bending, then we'll go back, arching back, tuck your tailbone under, fists together, curl forward. So now we're moving the spine in the opposite axis. As you breathe in, right? Totally release, relax, let go. Make tension, squeeze, 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 squeeze. And as you curl forward. All right, great. So we went side to side, back to front. And now we're going to do just specifically twisting motion. So that's this one where we're holding the ball. We're going to twist towards the L side first. So breathe in like we're holding a balloon and just let that twist gently, let the balloon release. Breathe in, hold the balloon, now twist to the arm side. Feeling that nice twisting motion. Again, through the back, through the connective tissue, right into the legs. You can feel that gentle twisting. Breathe in and gently release the ball. Something really nice about this image, and you can even imagine that, again, it's like a helium balloon that you're releasing, and just you're setting it to flight. Just imagine you're releasing it. And with that release, we're letting go of all our tension, stiffness, stuckness, maybe chronic pain, whatever is difficult for us. Let's release that, let the balloon go. All right, fantastic. So that's our warm up for tonight. And again, I do that an awful lot. And the reason I do it a lot is because we're moving the spine in every direction. First the side bend, and then back to front, and then the twist. And then this one, right, the supporting heaven one, that one I like too, because it's that lengthening is so good for the spine. So those are, five exercises that are great for the spine. All right, we're going to do some balance practice next. So we'll start with an easy one. So let's do flowing motion just to get I think everybody knows that, the flowing motion sequence. Breathe in, exhale down, palms go down. Okay, now shift your weight over to the arm side, release your yellow side leg, and come up. Root into the yellow side, release the arm side leg. Try to keep your body upright as best you can, right? There's a tendency to lean, and which we want to try not to lean. Put the root down into the ground. Right, as you drop into the ground, drop that root in, you're going to feel the place where you have stability. And part of the whole rooting process is that we drop our tailbone down. Right, we drop our tailbone down, we drop our weight down, we relax down into the ground, and we become more stable. Let your breath just flow. All right, now we're going to go across the body. So I'm going to be raise my orange side arm along with the yellow side foot. So now I move across the body. And this is, of course, great. Anytime you're moving across the body, crossing the center line of your body, that is developing this neuroplasticity, kind of a fancy word for saying it helps our brains stay functioning at the highest possible level. Root in, and then this is called bouncing the ball. So bounce the ball down, shift the weight, float the arm up and the leg, and then bounce the ball down on the other side. All right, good. Take the legs a little bit. All right, now we're going to go into some more difficult ones. And this first form that we're going to play with this form a couple different ways tonight, because as I put out in the note, we're going to go through the standing integral 9 form. So we're going to see this form in the standing integral 9 form, but it'll be oriented a little differently, but it's basically the same form. So right now, I'm just going to use we're going to call this dragon dance, okay? So our feet are parallel. Pivot the orange side foot, take one step forward with the yellow side foot. Okay, shift your weight back, make a hook with your orange side arm, and then drop down. It's a squat, drop down. Yellow side hand is going to travel down that extended front leg I'm gonna shift my weight forward, and then my palm's gonna raise up like this. Okay, so that's kind of the end of the form. Now I'm front weighted. So shift the weight back, use the hook hand for balance. It's like a balancing pole. Drop down, dragon dance. It has other names. I'm using the integral name. The integral name is dragon dance. And shift weight forward. Now to go into a little more, I can turn my waist, I can turn towards the orange side, and then drop down, shift the weight forward, and come up. Now by doing this waist turn, it allows me to get a little bit more into that back leg, which is really the difficult challenge. Going to do one more dragon dance. Okay. Okay, I want you to notice something, that Tai Chi can really be exercised, because I'll bet right now you're feeling it right here in this quadricep muscle. Okay, feet are parallel. Pivot the yellow side foot, take one step forward. Yellow side hand makes the hook. Squatting, I'm sitting into that back leg. Orange side palm is going to travel down the leg. Shift the weight, fingers point up, dragon dance. And of course, same thing on this side. We can go right into it, do the turn, and that allows me to get deeper in. All right. Now, the tendency, a lot of people, what they'll do is, because it's hard, we don't want to squat into that back leg. We don't want to bear our weight totally with that back leg and be squatting down, because that's really a lot of muscular work. But what we don't want to do is bend at the hips. I don't want to be doing this number like that, okay? So it's a squat. I squat down and come forward. Now, I know you can see that I am bending a little bit, but we want to make sure that we stay in that squatting motion. And one last one. Okay, dragon dance. Shake the legs. Particularly when you do a form like that, making sure that there's no buildup of tension. And I know that I say this a lot, and we all say it a lot, but I'm going to say it again. Is always, stay in your comfort zone. Don't overdo it, right? You want to do about 70% of what your capacity is. Okay, let's do another one, called golden pheasant. Stands on one leg. So I'm going to shift the weight into the orange side, and then I'm going to float the yellow side leg, and the yellow side elbow points to the thigh. Right. Now shift the weight to the yellow side. Orange side elbow points to the orange side thigh. All right, so now we're raising the leg and the arm on the opposite of the weighted side. That's a lot of challenge to maintain your balance there. Now use this hand on the weighted side, this palm here, because I'm going to weight the yellow side. Use that to almost like connect into the ground. Now I'm going to use the orange side palm, like you can actually connect right into the ground with that. Even though you can't touch the ground, you can, by bringing your awareness to that, it brings stability to the floor. Right, golden pheasant. Fantastic for cultivating balance and strength. Okay, now we're going to put them together in a little sequence, the dragon dance and golden pheasant. So we're going to just follow along here. Going to pivot your orange side foot, take one step forward with the yellow side. First, we're going to do the dragon dance going forward. Now, as I shift the weight forward, bring your back leg up and do one golden pheasant. Drop your leg down, do another golden pheasant on the opposite side. Now, take a step back with that leg that was raised up, the yellow side leg. We're on the opposite side. And now we're going to do driving dance on the other side. Coming into golden pheasant, 1, and second golden pheasant, 2. Put your foot down. Now we put it back. You see how we're alternating from side to side. This is a nice little looping practice that really is very challenging for balance and strength and flexibility as well. So it's good. Hits a lot of notes, as they say. Let's do one more on each side. One and 2. Okay, good. All right, so that's some balance work. Let's jump in and do we're going to start learning the Tai Chi 9 in the standing position tonight, integral 9 in the standing position. So there's a number of forms that you already know, right? And those forms are the 5 forms that you already know. They're in the 9 form, but they're in a little bit different orientation. Right, so we'll come back to that and we'll tie it all together, but let's play with the new forms. And the first one is that we're going to learn here is called stroke the phoenix tail. So what I'm going to invite you to do is, you're in a room, everybody's in some kind of room. So you have a front, you have a back, you have side, you have your left side or orange side, your right side, or yellow side. And then there's corners, right? So there's corners behind, and we're going to talk about the corners that are in front of you, right? And we're going to orient ourselves towards the corners for certain things that we do. And the reason we're doing that is that it's going to allow us to get our body geometry into the right position, to get our hips in the right direction with our feet and our knees, which is very important, making sure that our joints are okay. All right, so the first thing we're going to do here, let's hold a Tai Chi ball with the yellow side palm on the top, orange side palm at the bottom. Take your orange side foot, orient the toe to the corner that's in front of you, right? Point your toe into that corner, right? And then shift your weight forward and just hold the ball in front of you, right? There's the first posture of stroke the phoenix tail. I call this ward off. Different people will call it different things, but the form itself is, it's like you're holding a Tai Chi ball, an energy ball at your chest level, heart level. Then we're going to go to the next form, which is called stroking the phoenix tail. So we're going to turn towards your orange side now, and then come back, shift your weight back on the diagonal, and imagine like you're this stroking motion, but it's a diagonal motion into your back leg. Okay, and that's it. This is stroke the phoenix tail. So let's come back into the front leg. Hold the ball, turn, shift the weight back, stroke the phoenix tail. Okay, and your orange side foot should be pointing to the orange side corner, right? So that your hips get into the right position. Okay, now turn your waist. The yellow side hand rests at the orange side wrist. Come forward into, this is called press. Right? And then I'm going to shift my weight back and leave your arms. Drop your elbows, shift the weight back. Come forward all together like a wave, and this is called push. Right? So there's 4 forms within this one form that we're going to call stroke the phoenix tail in the integral system. So first there's ward off. Stroke phoenix tail. Our yellow palm presses orange wrist. drop the elbows. Come forward into push. Ward off, turn, stroke Phoenix tail, press. Leave the arms, drop the elbows, and push. Very good. We'll do one more. Roll back, press and push. Okay. So if we wanted to, and so from push here, pivot your yellow side foot out, hold the Tai Chi ball again, your yellow side palms up top. And now we're going to go through that motion again of finding the corner and coming into ward off. Stroke the Phoenix tail, press, and push. And from push, I'm going to pivot my yellow side foot out, make the Tai Chi. Now notice my feet are parallel, holding Tai Chi. I'm going to point to the corner, and then I'm going to go ward off, turn, strokes Phoenix tail, press and push. Okay, good. Let's try it on the other side, which is going to feel funny as we go from, our left and our right. It feels funny. That's to be expected, so no worries. One side's going to feel better than the other, particularly when we're first learning Tai Chi. Again, not to worry. Okay, let's start off now. The orange side palms on the top, yellow's on the bottom. Now I'm going to take my yellow side foot. I'm going to point to the corner. Ward off. I'm holding the Tai Chi ball. My hips are going the same direction as my knee and my front foot. Now I turn past what's called square. I turn past and then I shift my weight back, stroking the Phoenix tail. Now the orange side palm presses yellow side wrist. Shift back, leave the arms, drop the elbows, come to push. Okay, let's just form the ball again. Here we are, ward off, turn. Back on that diagonal, stroking Phoenix tail, press, and push. Ward off, turn, stroking the Phoenix tail, the mythical bird. Orange presses yellow wrist. Shift back, leave the arms, drop the elbows, come forward like a giant wave, powerful wave. Stroke Phoenix tail, press and push. Okay, now we'll put that one little piece in now. Pivot your orange side foot out, hold the ball, yellow side foot comes in. Now I'm going to pivot the yellow side foot, come into ward off, turn, stroke Phoenix tail, press and push. Okay. So this, this whole talk about the pivoting of the foot and everything, it's just so your hips, again, what I'm trying to communicate, probably not doing a greatest job of it, is we always want to make sure that my hips are going in the same direction as my toe and my knee is in that, base of support, right? So I'm not like, I'm not over here somewhere or not squared up. So this is where we want to be whenever we're doing the form. So I could do the form just facing forward, ward off, stroke Phoenix tail, press and push. It doesn't matter what the orientation is. What's important is where your foot is, where your knee is, and where your hips are. Right, so that's the thing that we're working on. Okay, next one is called the next one in the integral 9 is called open the heart mind gate. All right, so again, we're doing this, we're learning this whole thing for just the standing form, which is very compact. It's not walking, so where everything's done in place. So we got to work with that whole thing, which is nice. Sometimes you're going to want to, with space constraints, and it's a nice form. I'll be honest with you, I think I prefer the walking form to the standing form, but that's good. We're going to learn both. So here, let's learn the next form, which is called open the heart mind gate. So first we're gonna shift the weight into the orange side leg, and then we're gonna make a hook hand with the orange side hand, and the yellow side palm is gonna face your heart. Again, same move, just pivot that yellow side foot to your corner, shift the weight, the yellow side hand sends, the orange side palm extends, right? Then come back, start again. This is kind of a closed position. The hook hand is in, the yellow palm is facing my body. My weight goes into the orange side leg. Pivot on that empty yellow side foot. Now shift the weight, send with the yellow, extend with the orange. Open the heart mind gate. See how this whole upper body part of, I'm opening up, even though I don't want to lock the joints, but I'm opening up quite a bit compared to here where I'm closed. Pivot, shift, open the heart mind gate. And this hook hand is circling, and this sending hand, watch, it spirals out, right? But if that's too much for, you feel like that's too much information, don't worry about it. Just end up like this, sending with the yellow side hand, extending with the hook side hand. Another way to think of this form is that energy is extending through both hands at the same time in two directions. Open the heart mind gate. All right, let's go to the other side. So now the yellow side hand is the hook, weights in the yellow side. The orange side palms into the body. Now I'm gonna direct to that corner, send with the orange side, extend with the yellow side. Come back, I'm facing the monitor, shift, see how I'm shifting, pivot, and then send and extend. Opening the heart mind gate, see the closing and then opening, right? We'll do it flowing. Closing and opening. Good. Face forward, pivot the foot, point to that corner in front of you. Send and extend. Open the heart mind gate. Okay. All right, we'll keep going because that's what we're going to do, and we'll try to put some of this together. Now the next form is the dragon dance in the standing form. So again, this one here is a little bit different than I was showing it before, but for the standing form, it's always going to be the same thing in the sense that we're going to pivot a foot towards our front corner. All right, so let's come in, weight in orange foot, pivot the yellow side foot. You're pointing it towards in front of you to your corner. Shift the weight back, and then do the dragon dance, which we just did. So now we're we're directing towards the corner, right? Where before we were directing forward. Directing towards the corner, dragon dance, and one more. Again, it's a squat into the back leg. Okay, other side. Shift the weight to the yellow side. Make the hook. Now, here, my orange side foot, I'm going to point it forward for me. I'm going towards my front corner. You go towards your front corner. And then complete the form. Weights in the yellow side. Dragon dance. Shift the weight into the orange side. Palm comes up. Shift the weight to the yellow side. Okay, good. And then the one last form that's a new form, and then we'll play around with putting it together, is placing sun and moon in the sky. Right, so this is a very, very beautiful form as well. So we're going to start out here, Gonna make our Tai Chi ball with the orange side palms on the top, the yellows on the bottom. Again, same thing, we're doing the same thing with the foot, directing the feet, always the same. Take the yellow side foot, point it towards your corner, your front corner. Now the yellow side hand is gonna rotate up, palm turns out, orange side palm sends forward, right? So there it is, placing the sun and the moon in the sky between your two hands. Come back, hold the ball, pivot your yellow side foot out, place the sun and moon in the sky. And again. Orange side palms on the top, weights in your orange side leg. I'm going to pivot the yellow side foot so it points to the corner. Sun and moon in the sky. That yellow side arm sweeps up, palm turns out. Orange side palm is sending right behind it almost. It's like it's lagging. The action's coming first in the yellow side and then finishing in the orange side. Let's do one more. Okay, and let's come and do it on the other side. So now the yellow side palm is on top, orange side palm is on the bottom. Weights in the yellow side leg. Pivot the orange side foot out. Shift forward, orange side palm comes up, turns palm out, yellow side palm sends right along with it, so that they're both kind of like sending forward in the end. Drop in and send. Place that sun and moon in the sky. Form Tai Chi. Pivot your foot, shift the weight, place sun and moon in the sky. All right. Good. All right, let's play around. We'll go real slow, go through it a couple of times. And again, for many of you, I know some of you kind of have this already, so that's cool. But some of you don't have it at all yet, so be kind to yourself. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. As we're going, particularly with the integral students, we're going to be going through this a zillion times. So not to worry, it'll come. So let's do an opening. So we'll start with our feet together. Let's open. We're going to step out to the yellow side, holding Tai Chi on the yellow side. Oh, happy days. We're going to do harmonized yin and yang. 1. We're going to do 2 of each form. 2. Transition, same transition. That's good news. Just turn the ball over. Ball, float down, brush and send. 1 and 2. Wow, everything's the same so far. That's really cool. Then embrace the tiger. Yellow side palm embraces the tiger outside. And look at this. Cut a path to clarity. 1 and 2. Okay, now is where we're going to get some differences. So we're going to embrace the tiger with the orange side palm, embrace tiger in front, return to the mountain, right? Palms come down. Shift your weight over to the orange side palm is on top, pivot the yellow foot out. Now we're going to do stroke the phoenix tail, ward off, stroke the phoenix tail. Good. Orange side palm presses yellow side wrist, press. And push. Good. Okay, now shift back, open the palms. Pivot your yellow side foot in. Yellow side palm embraces the tiger. Turn to the mountain. Yellow side palms on top. Now we're going to do stroke the phoenix tail on the other side. So pivot that orange side foot out. Ward off, turn, stroking the phoenix tail. Yellow palm presses orange wrist. leave the arms, shift the weight back, drop the elbows, come forward and push. All right, so now we're going to open the heart-mind gate. So shift the weight back and just draw your arms. And the yellow hand is going to come in and hook. Orange side palm is facing your heart. Now pivot your orange side foot out to open heart-mind gate. Now we're going to go to the other side. So first I shift my weight to the yellow, then I'm going to pivot this orange side foot in, and coming to the prepare or the closed part of the form, pivot the yellow side foot open, open the heart-mind gate to the other side. Okay, now the next one is our good friend cloud hands. So we're going to come to equal footing, and the hook hand is going to embrace the tiger. Circle open, hook hand, or orange side hand comes to the bottom. We're going to do one cloud, two clouds. Okay, now over here, we're going into dragon dance. So weight is in your orange side leg. Do one dragon dance. Orange side foot's pointing towards the corner. Point it straight, shift the weight to the orange side. Second dragon dance on the other side. Good. Shift the weight back. Now hold the Tai Chi ball, and we're going to do placing sun and moon in the sky. We're almost at the end. So I'm going to pivot that orange side foot out, place sun and moon in the sky. I do a kind of gesture here like stroking the phoenix tail. It's all to get here, which is I'm holding the Tai Chi ball, orange side palms on top, pivot yellow side foot, place sun and moon in the sky. Okay, this is a nice easy transition. Feet go parallel, arms open. Guess what? Gathering earth and sky. One. Gathering sky. Let's do one more. And then we're going to close. So we open to the yellow side. That means we're going to draw the yellow side leg in as our arms raise up and close the floor. All right. So let's do that maybe a time or two more. We're going to go nice and slow. All right, no rush. And I'm going to even stop. Like, you know, when you do Tai Chi, I think everybody knows now that, you know, the kind of one of the important things about training is you want to keep that energy flowing through. But when we're learning, it's good to stop and make sure we know where we are and we're oriented. So we're going to do a little of that. So let's open again to the yellow sun. There's the opening. Come on over. Harmonize yin and yang. Or Tai Chi, turn over. Rushni Senshi. Some can appreciate that, at least in the beginning. Everything is just like it was with the 5-point. Okay, shifting to the orange side, embrace tiger. Cut the elbows, cut the path 1 and 2. Okay, now orange side embraces the tiger. Return to the mountain. Shift over to the orange side, form your Tai Chi, orange side palms at the top. Pivot that yellow foot out. Ward off. Stroking the phoenix tail as you shift the weight back. Circle the waist around and press. Orange palm on yellow side wrist. Shift back, drop your elbows. Come forward as a wave. Good. Shift the weight back. Open the arms up. Pivot the outside foot in. Now the outside hand embraces the tiger. Return to the mountain. Form the Tai Chi. Pivot the orange foot to the corner. Ward off turn. Stroking the phoenix tail. Press and push. Beautiful. Shift back. Draw the arms. Prepare to open the heart mind gate. Pivot that arm side foot. Open the heart mind gate. Shift back. Pivot the arm side foot in. Pivot the L side foot out. Open the heart mind gate. Good. Come to parallel. Hook hand. Embraces tiger. Circles open. Arm side palm goes to the bottom. Cloud hands 1 and 2. Weights now in your yellow side. Pivot that arm side foot out. And we do the dragon dance. 1. Pivot in. Pivot out. Dragon dance 2. Good. Shift back. Pivot in. Holding the Tai Chi ball now. Yellow palm is on the top. Pivot, arm side foot out. Place that sun and moon in the sky. Draw back. Arm side palms on the top. Pivot the outside foot. Place the sun and moon in the sky. Okay, shift back open. Gathering earth and sky. And let's do one. Just one. And we'll close. Okay, well, we chewed through most of that hour, so what I'm going to do right now is, let's just do 3. We'll close our class tonight. Do 3 gathering breaths. 1, settling, and we're doing this like finishing. We're finishing our practice. We worked ourselves in a lot of different ways for all kinds of different things. And now we learned some new things, many of us. We just want to bring ourselves back to center for a moment. Last one. Knowing that it's all going to be okay and we're integrating all this practice. Okay. Palms are down. And I do want to thank everyone for joining tonight. Now, I will stay a couple more minutes if anybody has questions. Don't feel obligated like you got to stay if you got something to do. Again, thank you for coming and dropping in, and we hope to see you at the next class. All right.